Thank you guys for being here today. Before we get started talking about our current team, want to send our condolences as a family to the family of Tasha Butts. Obviously today we heard of her passing, and it's another gut punch for our program, and it's we have heavy hearts today. I just wanted her family to know we're thinking about them and sending up prayers. As we look forward to this upcoming season, I love my team. We're not perfect. We've got a long way to go, but I really do enjoy coaching them and really trying to figure out what they're going to be best at when they step out on the court together. They're very coachable. They have great team chemistry, and that's both, I think, right now on and off the court. We'll continue to work on that on-court chemistry as we continue to practice and then get into some games. But they've been a real joy, and I'm proud of them individually and proud of them as a team and how they really come together this summer and this fall. You know, I think we had some big losses from last season, especially when you pick up a stat sheet. And I think right now that's where we're trying to figure out where we're going to make up some of those losses. My biggest concern at this point is our rebounding, and we definitely as a team have to get better in that area. But I look forward to working with this group and seeing what we can do.
Coach, from social media, it's obvious you went on your team retreat this weekend, somewhere rustic, apparently. Just what is the benefit of that? And I know sometimes at this time of year and years past, you have done a close scrimmage with another team. Was that part of the plan this month, too?
Yes, we had a close scrimmage with NC State this weekend. We went to the mountains in North Carolina, met at a neutral site and scrimmaged. We took the opportunity to spend Saturday together as a team and did some team building, team bonding activities, but more importantly, just had a chance to spend time together with no agenda. And it was exactly what we needed, exactly what I wanted it to be for our team, and I think it was a great weekend for our program.
Obviously, with Tasha's passing, that's the second former Lady Vol to pass away this year. Just I guess how difficult has it been for the Lady Vol alums, and have you felt that support maybe through that Lady Vol community through this tough year?
Yes, yeah, I've had phone calls and texts this morning. It's a real gut punch, and I think when you look at it really as a family, I did not play with Nikki McCray. I did not play with Tasha Butts. But I had teammates that did play with both. But also, there's that extended family. If you're a Lady Vol, you're a Lady Vol, and you're part of something special, and you're part of a group, and it is our family. And it's just another big gut punch today.
We'll take the next three from Casey, Caleb, and then Karthik.
Coach, Tamari Key's the last player on the roster who came in at the same time that you started here as a head coach. Can you talk about how your relationship has developed with her and how important her trust and confidence has been in you as a head coach over the last few years?
Yeah, I think Tamari and I have a really special relationship because we came in together. We talk about us being freshmen together, rookies together, and growing through. And her time here, I think the trust has been really important throughout her career. We've been able to see her grow and develop, and I think she loves Tennessee, she loves this program, but she also really trusts our staff and that we have her best interest in mind at all times. And it's a really special relationship, and I think your relationships are. We have a great relationship with all of our players, and each one is different and unique. And I think what Tamari and I have is just that longevity and the timing of coming in together.
Coach, was there anybody in the scrimmage that stood out rebounding-wise? And Rebounding was also a concern early last season. How do you plan to go about kind of fixing that before the season comes around?
No is the first question. No, we didn't have anybody stand out on the boards. We had a few get some rebounds, but nothing that we have not already seen in practice. I do think last year it was a different concern, and we had some natural rebounders that just weren't rebounding. Right now, we are lacking a few of those players that it's just natural for, So that's going to be we have to be a little bit more disciplined when we don't have that natural ability.
Kelly, a lot's going to be made about Rakia Jackson, obviously, returning and how good of a player she is. What do you feel like her potential is, and how do you feel like she could reach her ceiling this year?
Well, I think for her, she showed what she could be last year. Extremely efficient, very productive in a lot of areas. I think for her, the growth is in the mindset defensively, ball handling, and rebounding. I think those areas she's really worked on. We've worked with her on those areas. But I also think her confidence is really high. I think this time last year she was trying to figure out where she fit. When you have that broad of a skill set, sometimes it's not always easy to know where to go with it. And I think she feels really good right now that she's going to be in the position on the court to be able to make plays. She loves her teammates, understands where the ball movement needs to happen. I think her IQ has grown a lot from last year to this year as well.
It looked like from a social media post that Jewel Spear has a boot on her left foot. I wasn't sure if you were able to share anything about what's going on with that or a timeline if she is out.
Yeah, Jewel tweaked her ankle. She's day-to-day, and we're hopeful that we'll get her back pretty quickly.
Coach, between Jordan Walker and Jordan Horston, that's 7 combined years of guard experience. I know you've got options at guard this year. What do you foresee, Phil? Who do you foresee filling in to take on the role that those two carried a big role for you for the last 4 years?
Maria, you know what? They almost combined for about 15 boards, too, in case we want to go back to the rebounding thing. I think what we have now will look different than what Jordan Walker and Jordan Horston gave us. We're not going to replicate that. So I think for us, Destiny Wells, Jasmine Powell, Jewel Spear, and in combination, Kaya, Avery, Tess, Sarah, I think it's going to look different. But those first 3 are veteran guards. Destiny, although has not been a veteran here at Tennessee, she is a veteran point guard. She understands the game. Jasmine Powell now is in her 2nd year here, so I think she feels pretty confident about what we're doing. And then Jewel Spear coming in on the wing, but being a guard also gives you great experience, though not at Tennessee. She's played at an elite level, and I think they're all bringing that experience through different lenses to our team right now. It's been positive.
Rakia had mentioned that one of the reasons she came back to Tennessee was to be under a coaching staff, the same one, for more than 1 year. So far this season, how have you seen that pay off and be so beneficial specifically to her and her style of a player?
Yeah, I think we can see in practice how much more comfortable she is. Rakia, she wants to be successful when she steps out on the court. So if there's uncertainty, I think she holds back a little bit. And right now, she'll jump out on the court. I think she's much more confident, not only with what she's doing, but what her teammates are doing, but also confident with the expectations that we have of her. And she was pretty vocal this weekend. I thought it was very positive for our team. So I think her growth, I think having that consistency and the continuity has really helped her growth this year.
What have you seen from Tess Darby this offseason, how she's improved, and do you think she can play any part in improving that rebounding game?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think Tess had a great summer in the early fall. I mean, I thought she did. She was one of our most improved players in this summer. I thought she did a much better job putting the ball on the floor, much better job playing physical. I thought she guarded better this summer. She's going to be able to make shots. I think it's important that she helps in different areas. We've got to get her growth beyond the three-point line to help this basketball team.
Just wanted to ask about, what you've seen from your point guards this summer. Is anyone separating themselves in terms of starting, or do you anticipate kind of sharing minutes at the point guard this season?
Yeah, I think right now both Destiny and Jasmine have given us some really solid play. We can play them both together if we need to. I think what Jasmine gives you, in addition to playing point guard, I think she's guarding really well right now, especially on the ball. So I think they're giving you something different, but I feel very confident and comfortable with either of those players running the offense. I think they can create for themselves as well as others.
Just how important is it for this team to be able to shoot efficiently from three around Rakia?
Yeah, I think one of our strengths, obviously, is getting the ball inside and letting Rakia Jackson have some space. I think there's no doubt about that. We need to be able to make shots, and I think the more we watch our team, the more we recognize, that needs to be a strong point for us. We've got to be able to knock down open shots from the perimeter, especially if your offensive rebounding production is going to go down a little bit. You've got to be able to make more shots the first time. So I think we've got to make sure we're taking good shots. We are efficient when we are shooting. We have players that can make threes. We've got really good shooters on the team. When you have really good shooters, you've got to find a way to get really good shots. And I think we'll be able to knock down shots. I don't particularly think we've shot it as well as we're capable this fall, but I also am not overly concerned about it right now. I think as we continue to trend up with our offensive execution and then get a little bit closer to game time, more reps happen, and I think that will go up.
Coach, you mentioned team chemistry was good. You know how important that is. You also know how elusive it can be for a team. What is it about this team that you feel good about that? Is the fact they're all veterans, the newcomers have fit in quickly? What are the variables there?
Yeah, I think there are several variables with this team. I think one, our new players have blended very quickly with our veterans. I think our veterans have been very open-minded and accepting of our new players. So I think I think we've seen that gel happen a little quicker. I also think they're all very driven, and I think like-minded. And I think they understand what we want to accomplish and how good we want this basketball team to be. It's very hard, and you have to be pulling together. You have to be on the same page. And I think they have a lot of respect for one another and the work ethic that we've put in. I think they have a pretty good understanding of who each person is as an individual, and I think they respect that, and I think that's really key.
When you bring in a player like Destiny who is putting up such big numbers at the mid-major level, is there a learning curve with her just saying, look, we've got Tess, we've got Rakia, you don't have to shoot the ball 20, 25 times a game? Is that something that you've had to, I guess, teach transfers throughout your time here?
For Destiny in particular, the biggest challenge for me is to make her, or to continue. No, I'm sorry. The biggest challenge for Destiny is to continue to look for her opportunities and not just deferring. She can really score, and we've seen that. And there are times that she'll get into running the offense and looking for her teammates. I just have to remind her how good she is, and we need her to look for scoring opportunities as well.
Can she create her own shots?
yes, Destiny can create shots for herself or other people.
You said earlier in October that sometimes when Talasia Cooper gets to play free with the scout team, she might like those days better. You know, have there been any moments where she's really impressed, or just what have you seen from her when in those moments where she just kind of gets to play?
Yeah, Talasia likes it when she can just play. She's a player that, although she can do well with structure, she also loves to just play basketball. So when we put her on the scout team, you see those competitive juices coming through, and you know she's trying to win at everything, and we love to see that. She's had a few days where she's been very hard for us to guard, and we've had a few days where she has guarded us very well. I think she is making us better. Hopefully during this time, it's going to be hard to have to sit out this year. It's going to be really hard for her, but hopefully she can understand and be patient and take advantage of the learning and growth opportunity that she'll have this year.
Coach, going into your 5th year with Tennessee, what's been something super special and unique with this program that has just really been great for you?
Wow. I think for me in my time here, it's, you know, I've got a lot of passion for this program, and I think that comes through in many ways, and passion for this university. But I think just it's bigger than our program, so it's more university-wide. Just the passion that this university has for orange and white, and how and for our programs, and for this university, the people and the alums, everybody just loves it so much. And I just feel like we've seen that grow or return, however you want to say it, in the 5 years that we've been here. And it's been fun to be a part of it, in even if it's a small way. It's been, you know, it's been fun to be a part of it and to watch it and to feel that on this campus.
Coach, last year, Jordan Walker was often the answer to the question of what is or who is the glue of this team. This year, who or what do you think that could be?
I'm not sure yet. I think you're absolutely right. Last year, Jordan Walker was our glue, and she was the heart of the team, and you know she was tough as nails. I don't know who that will be. We have that. We have several players that are positioned to be that for us, but you know that comes through mostly during adversity when things are tough. Who is that going to be? So I think you know I've got an idea of some players, but we'll eventually find that out. You know when games start.
I felt like last year when Jillian Hollingshead came in that there was all this like excitement around her potential and her versatility. It almost maybe felt like people expected a lot from her like right away. How have you seen her kind of handle that going into her 2nd year? Do you feel like she feels more comfortable with that just idea of what she can be and where she's progressing to?
I think Jillian, I think she's confident. I think she feels good about who she is and where she can go. I really do. You know, I think, again, she's uber talented. She has the ability to be a go-to player. I think for her, the biggest step there is growth and consistency, and not just in games, but in practices as well. So, you know, I think there are matchups that are very favorable for her, and then I think there are some that are going to be a little bit tougher for her. So, and I think that's to be expected with most of your players across the board. But we love Jillian. We love what she can give us this year, and feel very good that she can do it.
With bringing in Avery Strickland, was there any maybe hole in your team that you thought she could fill from last year?
Yeah, to be honest with you, when we found out that Avery was in the transfer portal, we felt like she was exactly the fit that we needed. She could put the ball in the hole. She has a high motor, great character. She just checked off a lot of boxes that we felt like we needed, and we've seen that. I mean, she's come in. She's going to make a play. She's playing hard. I think she's picked things up very quickly, and she's really going to help this team. And I think she's got a chance to have a great career at Tennessee.
Coach, with Tamari, her status, day to day moving forward. Obviously, Jillian, fills in there at the 5 spot. What do you do with the 4 spot? Rakia can obviously play there, but what are your other options inside as Tamari makes her way back?
Well, I think first off, you got Caroline and Jillian that will be playing, both will play in the 5. So we do not have a starting lineup set at this point. And then at the 4, you could always slide Jillian there, Rakia, Sarah. If you go with a big lineup, you could put Sarah in at the wing as well. So, again, when you're talking lineups, we've got probably 8 starters on our team, truly. So I can't start 8; they won't let me do that. So I'll have to figure out how to start 5, and then we'll go from there. But our players have to understand that is not the most important thing. It really is not. And they've got to understand whatever their role is. If it is 20 minutes, 2 minutes, 14, 30, whatever it is, they've got to be great in their minutes, whenever their minutes come. And I think that's where this team wants to be great. I think they want to do that. I think they want to put the team first. And it's easy to say today. We haven't played a game. We haven't not started someone. We haven't not played someone 20 minutes. So it's going to be a challenge to their mentality because, let's face it, everybody wants to start. Everybody does, and that's okay. Everybody wants to play 40 minutes or at least 39, right? And that's okay. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is our team. And did our team win? And if we all buy into that and we all push for that, then we're going to hit our potential a lot quicker or a lot easier than otherwise.